Hey guys, we're doing another game. We're doing Zia. Who actually makes this? I don't even
It is Boardgame by. It's Cody Miller's first game.
First game, yeah. And Ash has just got the Kickstarter, so we're going to give it a go. We're doing a short game, so we're only doing 5 victory points.
Fame points.
Fame points, my mistake. We're each playing a different ship, one of the blue level ships, so they start at the tier 1. I'm using persistent memory.
Because Jason doesn't have one.
I'm the numerator. I'm good at math.
This is as I'm this way up. Easy Tiger is my ship. So you can see I've got my ship with all the cargo hold shown kind of here. I've filled up some of it with an engine. I've got my energy here. Impulse and a bunch of other stuff. And then like my abilities of mine. I took dice rerolls because I suck at dice. And then there she is.
I've got the puddle jumper, which Jason reminded me was because of Stargate. And hopefully that's not copyright or anything anyway like
This is a geek channel, so we know that sort of shit.
Nice
have no idea
pimped
what
bits
you
in the
Shut up.
in the Kickstarter version as well. Nice metal money.
Definitely
And
love the money.
painted ships look really good.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
So there we go.
Thanks for the effort.
Yeah. I'm not sure about that, but that comes from a painter. Right, let me give you a quick description. We're going to basically take actions on our turn. The actions are these little discs, or little pillars. You take them and you can place them either on your engines to move. You move based, so this one's a D8 engine, so you roll a D8. That's how many movement points you got. Some of them might have D6, some might have D12s, depending on the size of the engines. I think he's got a D12 over
I
there.
do.
And what you do is you basically go around the star system. If you go over these exploration areas, you have the chance of gaining some fame points. If you buy products and then drop them off somewhere else, aka Merchants of Venus, then you get some fame points. If you destroy someone else's ship, you get fame points. If you roll a natural D20 while you're doing your turn.
Now, if you roll a 20 on the D20,
Not a natural D20.
Oh,
I'm
right.
not sure what one of those is.
one captured in the wild.
I like the unnatural ones that are battery fed.
And you can have a quick look there, there's some more. There's like kindness one, if someone's out of energy, you can donate an energy to them and gain a victory point. I think there's a couple
That's in
more.
focus. I'm not really sure it is, but there we go. That looks better.
There's also different types of missions. There's lawful missions and unlawful missions.
Yeah. Purchasing bigger ships. There's a pile of green and what's the yellow ships over
Yeah,
there.
there's tier 2 and tier 3 ships, giving you more cargo hold and whatnot. Just to explain as well, we all start off with 3,000 cash, and you can see, if you see that engine there, if it'll focus, there we go, just about. There we go. The Raptor K engine cost me 3,000, so I spent all my money on an engine. That's all I've got. Whereas other people have got shields and engines, and I think everyone else has gone shields and engines. But we could have got missiles, guns, so we can sort of make up your ship how you want as well. So we did the setup before we started, and there's kind of in the rules there's sort of a vague setup that suggests like a large engine you might go explorer, an engine with shield, like largest engine with smallest shield you might go trader, was it?
Yeah.
Something like that, things like that. Or worker, I think it was, wasn't it? And you can go pirate with a gun and whatnot. So we've all gone fairly passive so far.
Yeah, I imagine it'll be a passive game, especially considering it's our first one. But also, we'll probably do as usual. We'll come way halfway through the game, do a little game turn, so you can see how that works, and then tell you what we think of it at the end of the game.
Okay, so here we go. Okay,
So-
and we're back after some technical difficulties.
So in my turn, so first thing I'm going to do, got my 4 action discs. So these orange blips, they're essentially you activating part of your ship. So I'm going to use my first action disc to activate the engines. So I roll my movement, which is 6. I'm then also going to use the numerator's Afterburner, which is a special ability. So I'm not sure if you can see that. It is spend 1 energy to roll a d20.
This doesn't look like deja vu.
It's an alright film.
Which is an 8. So 8 on there gives me +3 to my move. So
Focus.
I've got a total of 9 movement points. So I'm going to head for the exit of the planet that I'm on.
Really? Why
would
don't
you
you
do
just
that?
fly through the shield?
This is so much more funny.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You may notice there's only 2 ships on the board, as me and Ash are dead.
Yes.
I blind jumped straight into the sun.
And I blind jumped into this massive barrier.
No, actually, no. You blind jump first of all, and then you continually rammed into it until you were dead.
So I thought that's a really stupid idea.
Who would do that?
Right, that's my first action. My second action will be to...
It's not really so much actions, just to say. It's kind of like
The action is to
basically it's
move.
movement points. There's a lot of free actions on the board that you do whilst moving.
1.
As he crawls. There is a lot of dice rolling in this game. You roll dice for
Here
everything.
we go again. 2.
Come on, Speedy.
Spend your impulse.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go 1, 2.
Okay, so he's going to the asteroids. He has to roll D20 for this.
And
Might get
see if I
used-
die.
Might get to use these orange crystals.
No, you're alright.
13, so it does nothing, is that correct?
Does nothing yet.
Cool. And then I've got my impulse, so you can use this once per
Turn.
round.
Yep.
So I use that. I have an impulse ability of 4, so I can move 4 spaces. So I'm going to move 1, 2.
You need to roll again.
So when you go through that, roll D20 again.
10.
So 16.
You're good.
That's fine, isn't it? If you'd rolled 10 or less, then you lose that many energy, I think
Yep.
it is. So it can be quite painful.
Can you
1,
die
2,
from that? Or is it just as you go to 0 energy?
3 and 4. So now I'm on here. I successfully delivered.
Yeah.
Well,
my
you
mission.
can do both as well, because drawing new mission... Oh, you can't draw any mission cards, can you?
Yeah,
You've got an
yeah.
active mission, of course.
So I've successfully completed shuttle. So that means I get the reward, which is on there. So that's 3. And that gives me 1 fame point, so it puts me up on the track.
To 2.
Quick question. I have another card which is to be in lower stratus. Can I now reveal that now?
Yep.
Cool.
I don't know if we showed you
I think it's
this.
a different act. Basically, you declare different actions.
So
So
I have to.
There we go.
fly
Missions
to
there.
lower stratus.
Draw is a minor one, so it doesn't take an action. Objectives and complete. So what that does is end your movement there. So we see no reason why
I'm
not.
moving, so I'm going to now reveal envoy. So I need to fly to lower stratus. I'm already there. I speak, so I must conduct negotiations by rolling a d20. And there's a little chart on here. 16. Lasting peace. I put 5,000 credits on this card, and I must deliver it to Delta's Gate.
Good hit.
it's on the board.
Not very far away.
No.
And then
Well, it depends on whether he chooses to fly through that planet's shield or not.
I can't
You can't
do
get
any
there
more
this
movement,
time, yeah.
unfortunately. So this last one here, the only other things I could physically do where I am would be to use shields. Obviously there's no purpose for using a shield, so that's the end of my actions per se. So at the end of your turn, all of the discs that you've used, you move them back to here.
Well, you
And
spend
then-
1 energy per activation token you want to move
can,
back.
You can choose to do less.
Yes, absolutely,
I
yeah.
am going to spend all 3 though, so actually,
Any you don't will move to the
I am
disarmed
going to spend
part.
all 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Yeah,
That's what disarmed is for. Okay. I thought they just kind of stayed on there, taking up space.
No.
So that's the end of my turn. So that's gonna. Is that reset?
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
per turn. Right, then that's end of my turn.
Okay, well,
And, swaps over.
pass it over to me. There you go. Right.
Ugly mug.
As you can see, myself, I have a full cargo hold. No planet to actually sell it to.
Lots of.
He is the gambler.
That is cyber resource.
Yes. And there is nowhere to sell it, which is very irritating.
So just to make reference to it, when you look at different planets, they've got 2 icons. I'm not sure it's too clear there, but there's
tap it,
on
it'll
the
focus.
left-hand side is buy. So there you can buy 2 blue cubes, and you can sell 1 orange cube. So different planets have different buy and sell.
You get a fame point for selling
A whole.
more than one, but your entire hold's worth. So I've actually
do.
got a fame point sat there, but
He's got nowhere to sell it. Nobody wants cyber.
Which is nice. So anyway, so my first activation, I'm going to activate my engine here. I've got a faster engine than D, so I get to roll a D12.
He says faster, but for the entire game, I think he's
Theoretically
slower than
faster.
everybody.
Annoying that I just dropped that and I rolled 11, and I've not rolled more than 7 so far, which is good.
He's going to roll a 1.
I do have an ability where I can spend an energy to re-roll that, and I'm semi-tempted to because that's bullshit.
That is actually, I think,
So I will do
the second one, and he's rolled about 3 2s, maybe.
I'm not a big lover of dice, I have to say. But okay. I'm going to go this way, I think.
So he's moving out of the gate.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go over here. What I would like to do is scan to see what this planet is.
So what happens is when you scan, you spend
energy, yeah.
1 energy when you're adjacent to a tile, and then the way that you're exploring, you've got these little symbols. So the new tile that you're placing down, the exact symbol must match it. So little T symbol.
Now you will note that I can't actually get in there without busting through the bloody thing.
So that sounds awesome.
But you can sell your stuff there.
He
Can I sell all of it?
You can sell.
Because it does say any 1,000.
Well, yeah, you're going to
Yeah, so
sell...
you can now sell cyber at there, which sell for 1,000. Is it 1,000 per cube or?
Yeah.
That's pretty profitable. Probably worthwhile trying to kill yourself.
I'm going to use my impulse to put over here. I'm going to scan again, I think. So for another energy. And we're looking for the square one. It's there.
Scan, same
Okay,
scenario.
we need to put 2 things on here as well. So one there.
So those
and
little
one there.
question mark tokens, they have different results on
possible
the back.
stuff,
So, for
possible
example, Jason, on the very first turn of the game, got found 3 fame points and automatically became a target for everybody. The other 2 options are
Money
the little money symbol,
or extreme.
or well, you become a member of the X-Men.
So
Which is what
purple
I
there
found.
as well.
Yes.
How ironic. Right, so I'm going to use another activation of my engine to re-roll that. 5. And we'll go 1, 2.
It's gonna be nothing.
You are incorrect.
Ooh.
It's a fame point.
3, 4, 5.
Well, if he sells that shit, he wins.
I will
Yep.
use that again.
Need to have a roll badly. 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll sell my shit.
Gain your last VP.
So I sell all this for like 6 grand. And because I emptied my hold,
What's more is you could give 5 grand away to get another victory point.
upgrade my ship. Yeah. So I've sold that, so I get a VP for that, and well, I won. Those guys, there's no end of the turn.
I'm not even on the board.
So, at the end of the game, these guys are dead.
I'm not dead. I'm
So surely in most games, when you're dead at the end of the game, it means that you automatically finish last. So I came second. Well, there we go. Live turn, and we won the game.
Yeah.
Might as well go straight on to the verdict.
To be fair, Ashen did start the kind of revolution. He was the first player. However, it got to the end of Jason's go, and it was like, no, I don't think this game's going to last very much longer. Should we do a live turn?
I think we only had like 3 or 4 turns.
Yeah, definitely. So.
Yeah, I don't think we had more
It was
than 3 or
maybe
4
an
turns.
hour tops, I'd say, with the short game.
Well, I mean, that took us probably an hour and a half, maybe a bit more. But
I reckon now, us knowing the rules,
I reckon short game is
our game.
45 to 60 minutes. Looking at that.
Short game's very, very short, it turns out, if you're...
Extremely, yeah.
Especially with these things. I think these things make the game too short.
Yeah, especially when you get 3 in one turn.
Well, it doesn't matter how many you want to turn, even for 1 turn. It's just... It makes the other stuff pointless.
Also, whenever you roll the d20, if you get a natural 20, you can score a fame point from that as well. But
you got one.
you can only do that once per turn, but it's still a free point, and I did do that, yeah. Basically, people were impressed. They heard word of my awesome piloting.
So in actual fact, I only completed a mission and 3 lucky things. You completed a sale and the rest was lucky things.
Oh, I did.
Oh yeah, the gambling.
I did that. Salvaged 7 times, which was just lucky things because I sat there just salvaging. Also, I quite like the irony that I've picked up some contraband and flown off. I'll take it there. It's no problem.
Okay, so
Should we stop it do a little bit of a round up, or should we just round up now?
We can do.
Might as well just do round up now while we're loading this. No point stopping for the sake of that. So
It's your game. You
Yeah.
want to start?
Surprisingly quick. So I'm having a hard time actually forming a solid opinion at the moment on whether my long-term play. I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. It was fun. It just felt very, very quick. I think.
Yeah, we could have played to a larger amount. Yeah. I mean, if we, like you said, if we'd have played to 10,
because
it would have gone on for probably at least another hour.
it does feel like most of it was literally, randomly, luckily picking up some bits and pieces and not actually getting around to trying to do any missions, because I finally had my mission cards and I was like, oh yeah, I'll go there, and then game's over now.
Well, I got the opinion from all of us that we weren't actually even thinking about missions or anything for the first 2 turns. It was just hoovering up these exploration
it's like there's a
tokens.
finite resource on the board. Let's just go and, if it's there, let's go and get it, because
there's only two tiles left, so there would be 2 more.
Game is bottom
Right at the bottom, yeah.
So
one
you get,
of the very first tiles that Martin found was a gate which can only be linked with the other gate, which was the bottom tile.
and you get a fame point for the first person to use it. So my plan, by the way, that turn was to try and uncover a bunch, because I figure if I get a gate, I can score a point. If I get somewhere I can sell the purple, I can score a point.
Yeah.
And I figured I had good odds.
Yeah, I definitely think, I almost feel like the short game is not even point playing it, especially when you get fame points for exploring areas. You're basically ignoring half the game.
Yeah.
You don't do missions, you don't really attack each other, you don't.
No, I didn't even get a chance
mining
to
or
pick
anything
up
like that.
any resources because I didn't get any money till.
I was the only one that did.
It was feasible. I could have won on my second turn.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried actually when Jason scored so much on his first turn that I wouldn't even get a go. Which, my opinion of the game would have been massively high if that had happened, I have to say.
Yeah, but I think from my opinion, I think definitely short game is no point.
Yeah, I would almost
should be
say
10.
I would almost say 5 points. I think possibly pointless. I think it's way too short.
People, I think maybe we're very.
What if there was less
experienced.
players? Do you think it's...
I think less players, there'd be less competition for the tokens.
Well, the thing is that you'd have more turns, but it's still the same gameplay because you'd still be chasing after exploration tokens.
but
and things
then
like that.
some people do like short games, don't they?
That's true. I mean, I think from another point of view, the game is also extremely luck based. I don't know.
Hugely.
Yeah. I mean, even just with if you take out these fame point exploration markers, your movement, because it's a roll and move game, the distance that you move is so extreme. Like you've got a D8, I'm moving 4 this turn, and then 7.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, roller move generally sucks anyway. I mean, it's slightly mitigated by the fact you've got an impulse engine
Yeah, but you can only use that on one movement.
once per round. Yeah. I mean, the engine size kind of gives you the capacity to move faster, but not by a huge amount, really. It's a bit-
One thing which I will be interested is my view is this game was too quick. It didn't allow you to explore other alternatives. So things like we all had a basic ship. No one really got to a stage where
I would
you
have
could.
bought one that
you could
turn,
look,
yeah.
I was looking to. I had 5,000. I was looking to upgrade my ship as well because it would have got me a point for upgrading.
Yeah, you get point for
So I
upgrading,
would have got 1 fame point for upgrading, and I would have had a bigger ship, which would enable me to potentially do other things as
I'm
well.
assuming you can put more engines in it. And stuff like that.
No, the other
Yeah,
concern I have
more engines, and
is-
also putting guns on it. There was not a single gun purchased out of all 4 ships.
The other
And I
concern
wonder
I-
how that would have had a difference on the game as well. So
It's weird because I misjudged. I thought I couldn't fit in each of this lower level bits of kit, and afterwards I realised I actually could off. So
yeah, so when you start the game, you've got a finite amount of spaces that you can put your little bits on. So there's different prices depending on what you build. So 2,000 for the engine, 1,000 for the shield, but it has to fit in the ship schematics. So this one can only physically go there, or in some kind of gradient over there, and then you're limiting where you can put the other piece. So it's interesting as a small ship. I'm not sure in a longer game. I think it's almost a case of you need to buy a bigger ship quicker to maximise on your
But that being said,
potential,
at the
so-
point we chose our ships, we had no idea about that. I mean,
Yeah.
I certainly didn't have any idea about
No,
that aspect
no,
of
I
it.
didn't either.
I picked it based on ability. But you were saying, Jason, anyway, you got one other thing you say about
Well, based on how this game went, I'm a little concerned. Like, imagine if one of us picked a fighty race, like a fighty ship. That would be like, say for instance, if Ash was flying around and I'm just chasing him, shooting him the whole time. That's screwing over his game massively. And
Well, as soon as you kill me, I'll respawn somewhere completely random.
yeah, but I mean,
you might spawn next to him
Yeah,
again.
you might spawn
Yeah.
next to him and he just shoots you again.
but then off I go and chase someone else again, and then just constantly. It seems really.
I think this game is a better version of Merchants of Venus.
Yes, I agree with that.
It's a very similar game, sort of bit of pick up and deliver, kind of quirky missions, some pirates. No real random events as far as I can gather, although there are NPCs that you can control
Yeah.
apparently. But instead of having a fixed board, you obviously got random tile draw, which is cool. You know,
Yeah,
I
I
quite
like
like the
random tile
randomised
draw,
galaxy
yeah.
sort of thing. The roll and move thing like that, but it's just a bit. It's like a more modern version, I think.
Yeah,
of
I think
Merchants
so.
of Venus, but it's a similar feel. Although I really didn't like Merchants of Venus at all. This is definitely better, but it's heavy random, very much heavy. Everything, your movement random, picking up stuff random, everything
Yeah,
random.
mining is random.
So if you hate dice, not for you.
Yeah. I mean, I think I like it as well. I think I would definitely want to play it a couple more times, especially to see how the combat element will end up
I don't even
dominating.
know how combat works.
It's kind of
to
similar,
how,
yeah. Dice rolling, I bet you. It's dice rolling.
Yeah, good call. Man.
No, I think I'll give it a tentative thumbs up, just because I like it. I think it's got good components. It's got a great theme because I love sci-fi themes. But unnecessarily good components.
Hell, I
Yeah,
think I'm sold alone on weekly
On the credits.
Credits. Like, they've got this. Just,
That noise is metal on metal.
Orange spurium. But the ships are all pre-painted as well. Although I'm a hobbyist.
4-year-old.
Yeah, I'm a hobbyist by nature, so the painting disgusts me. But
One thing which I think is a bit underestimated is even the actual tiles and planets. I think they do generally look quite nice in terms of like planets like that. How
And they
it's
get
quite
cardboard
cool.
stock as
Yeah,
well.
it's good.
Good
So
quality stock.
that if I put all my forces this, it definitely won't snap in half. I'll wait.
I will reach over and hit you.
And like this place where Ashen now lives. That's a really, really nice tile.
I like this mechanic a lot as well. The designing your interior of
Yeah.
your ship. I think
It
it's pretty
reminds
cool.
me of something, and I can't think what it is.
Galaxy Trucker.
Yeah.
There's a Galaxy Trucker.
Galaxy
It
Trucker,
is
where you
very
build the ship
Galaxy
by.
Trucker-esque, and
Well, obviously everything's square. And
There's
it's
supposed to be a little bit of eclipse
Eclipse,
as well,
yeah, I
to
was
be honest,
thinking
with the
of it.
tile moving around and stuff like that.
Anyway, I think we've had a lot of talking about that. I think let's wrap this one
I'll
up.
give it a 10 of the thumbs up.
I'll give it a thumbs up, definitely.
I'm kind of the same as Jason, really. Mine's more like this way. I'm not totally sold on it, but I actually thought that was quite enjoyable, to be honest. It's a bit of, it's not a deep strategy game, if you like.
Yeah, if you go into it with the knowing that you're going to be rolling lots
It's
of
not
dice.
Twilight Imperium. Simple as that. Which, actually, I was going to say that. I thought it was interesting. One of your problems with Twilight Imperium was the hidden like artifact thing that gave you a point.
Yeah. It's
And
same
you
with
really
this.
didn't like it in this as well. So
Yeah.
at least you're consistent. But yeah, I would give it a tentative thumbs as well. I thought it was not bad.
Yeah, by mine it's much the same. It's sort of a mid-range. I think short game. I'm not sure if I'm a massive fan because I felt like we were just starting to get into the game, and then it came to an abrupt end. So I think
we all can agree that
Yeah.
short
Yeah.
game should piss off.
so yeah, I think 5 is too short. I'm not sure if 20 might possibly be too long.
I think
Yeah,
20 seems.
like-
I mean, I'm just thinking about
Yeah,
how
yeah.
because it would get to a point where you've drained the board of resources.
Because thing
It's
is,
literally just
in
relying
a
on
in a short
Yeah.
game, it was only 2 tiles not remaining. So all of these tokens would have been hoovered up.
Well, I checked these,
And it
ones
would have
are
been a
all
case.
borders.
But the thing is, that might be interesting because it might be a case of right, we need to get victory points. So now it's a case of people are now going to be buying and selling. People are now going to buy guns.
crosses.
People are now going to start shooting each other.
There
for
was
victory
only-
But
points
there's
as
no
well,
point
so-
shooting each other unless they've got a bounty on them, although you don't gain anything.
Yeah, because if you shoot them and you kill them, you gain the bounty.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. So overall, so we've got.
VP.
I still get a VP for killing
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah, I thought you did, so.
But it's not, you can't because kill him. I don't think you can kill him in one hit. You have to constantly shoot
No,
him.
of course. I
like
said
2 or
you've got
3
like
turns,
10. Well, it depends on obviously how good your rolls are and
Yeah.
how good their shields are. But
Also, it depends how many guns you've got.
There
so-
was only one fame point token left.
oh, okay, brilliant. So
One,
there was
two,
so there's
three,
7
four,
altogether.
five.
So 7 fame point tokens altogether, and we found 6 of them in the short game. Anyway, so that's 3 tentative and 1 yes. So
overall, it's pretty positive.
yeah, I definitely, I don't really say the game is bad. I just think the version we played, we need to do a longer game. But once again, that might just be our game group. I think we like the longer burning games rather than the
Absolutely.
quick 45-minute hour games. They go a bit too quick for us. So, but yeah, I'll be interested to play it again and see how the longer game works. So.
Plus, there was no AP for me to suffer from, so it didn't add to any.
You had a little.
Almost.
There was a little.
There was a turn where there was nothing there, and it's like go there, and then jumped into Zia and died.
Right, so that was
Thanks for watching.
Zia.
Legends of the Drift System.
Thanks very much for watching.
Okay, so we've come to a point where we think the game is coming to a head very quickly, so we thought we might do a live turn. The live turn might only consist of 2 two turns, but 2 actions.
Turns out it's not quite as long a game as we were expecting, I think.
No, it's really
Well, we did
quick.
pick the short 5.
It's true, yeah. This is the scoring track down here now.
Can go all the way up to 20.
So we're only playing to 5, so you can see Jason as green is on 4, so they're all nicely spaced out.
I think we should make it 10. It's a bit too short.
Well, I just had my turn and I died trying to
Do you want
bust
to push it
through.
up to 10?
Bust through there.
Now leave it as it is.
Oh, we've said 5.
Right, so it's going to be D's turn now. Just to give you a cap of what's going on. He's... Well, actually, you say what you...
I'm currently in the middle of Templar 2.
Here he is.
And I busted through the shield and have a bounty token on me because I'm a badass. I have
It's 1,000 bounty, by the way,
1,000
for
bounty.
anyone that can attack him and claim that bounty. And am I right in saying if we do that,
we
get a
one
fame point as
fame
well?
Yeah, but none of us
None of us
have
got guns, yeah. But we can ram him, I believe.
I have a active...
What do you mean, during the game?
I have an active mission.
It's a completely different game, Jason.
I have an active mission which is shuttle. I picked up passenger in Krella 4, which is over here. And I'm now making my way to the lower stratus, which is over here. So the amount of credits it's worth to me depends on how many sectors you're moving through.
Or sectors, if you're American.
So it was 1, 2, 3. So on my card it tells you how many sectors you're moving.
Well, glare.
If you can see that, is relevant to how many credits you got. So it was 3 sectors, so that's 3,000 coins.
Completing missions, by the way, is worth a fame point as well, so it's not just for money. But with money, you can upgrade your ship, and that can get you a fame point as well. So,
Right, so going on to my turn, I've got these 4 action discs on here.
so apologies for being upside down here.
These little orangey blips are where you can put actions. So
Sort of activations of them,
I'm
aren't
going to
they?
activate my engines.
So you're doing a move action, but...
This tells you what dice that you would use. So I'm using a D8 for movement. So I'm moving 1 point.
Yippee! Always nice to see as a.
I'm going to use the enumerated special ability, which is I can spend 1 energy
I'll turn that around so you can see.
to roll a D20, which will then probably be a 1 or a 4. I've got 11, which will give me plus 5.
Plus 5
for
the engine roll. So actually,
now it's 6.
that's pretty reasonable, I think. That's used this turn, isn't
That's
it?
you, so that's done me for the turn. So my 6 points. So
If you're
from
wondering
here-
why there's only 2 ships on the board, me and Ash are dead.
Yeah, death is not permanent in this.
Ash flew into the sun and I flew into a wall.
I still, because I'm breaking out.
You still need to roll, yeah.
Awesome.
Cross the planet whether to enter.
I am now, because
or
I'm
leave it.
inside this, in Kemplar 2's sector, I'm going to try and bounce out of here.
Bust out of these planetary shields.
To do that, you roll a d20.
You get more than 1 bounty.
There's a lot of dice rolls.
Yeah, you'll just add to it.
I roll a 5 Ashen.
That's
You
5
take points
damage.
of
5 damage.
And it costs you a moon point, and you bounce off it.
Plus another crystal.
Right. The damage, you can see, goes on the available spaces.
1, 2, 3.
I'd put it on your shield
Yeah, put it on one of the shield ones, certainly.
because remember
It's a
each
minus
point of dam-
one.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah, fuck shields.
Bleep!
I'm going to try and move through it again.
Take another point of damage.
That's 2 moving points. Fuck shields.
Look at that face, man. Look at him.
I'm so determined to
Move
smash
through it
the...
again. 2
Take
points
2
of
more.
damage.
I don't know if we discussed this, but 1 to 10, you fail to do it, and you take that much damage. So obviously, the higher you roll, the worse it is.
I'm dead.
That's the second time he's died as well.
So rather than go, nice and easy.
I can't go out of gates because I'm a...
Balance of...
That's what you told me, and if you tell me that's wrong, I'm changing my whole entire turn.
There is no dissension here. It's all good. So that was him dying anyway. So as you'll see, there's only me left on the map now. Over here.
That was me being a daddy longlegs dancing around a light bulb.
Ooh, light bulb.
He'll come on in a random sector. Or sector. He basically wipes all the damage, gets all his energy back. You clear your bounty.
Yeah.
Lose your active mission.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I'm
I
sure
think that's about it.
you can only enter. I never said anything about not being.
Man, I'm completely
Oh,
changing my turn. If that's
I
the case,
said you should.
because I wouldn't have done that.
He did say you could only enter.
Yeah. It's not my fault you don't listen to anything I say, man. So Dee's going to redo his turn now.
So stop the camera.